Alright, you lay down, you go up, and that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, see you next time. To be completely honest, from the technique, the crunch is not the most difficult move. But to maximize your results, you have to keep some things in mind. Let's get right into it. There are many different crunch variations, but in this video we will talk about the three main ones: the forward crunch, the reverse crunch, and the oblique crunch. These three target, of course, your abs, but slightly different muscle groups. The crunch is very similar to a sit-up. There are some differences though, but this is already worth another tutorial. So don't forget to subscribe to be up to date. Alright, let's start with the forward crunch, and this targets for mostly the upper ab region. First of all, you lay down on the ground and make yourself comfortable. Not too comfortable though. While laying on the ground, you naturally have this gap between the floor and your lower back. And when you do a crunch from this position, this is not really good for your back. Now you consciously push with your lower back into the ground so that you fill in the space. And when you do the crunch, never lift the back from the floor. For the crunch, I recommend that you have your legs bent. Regarding the hands, it actually doesn't really matter where you have them. I recommend that you have your hands at the side of your head. If you have your hands behind your head, many people tend to pull their head and their neck while doing the crunch. And this is, of course, obviously wrong. It already doesn't look very healthy. It's extremely important that your upper body builds one unit, or basically one line. Don't forget, you are pulling yourself up with your abs, not with anything else. Focus on your abs, squeeze them to maximize the results. When you go up, you will naturally feel your end point. And it's completely fine to go until this point and not beyond. The biggest activation of your muscle groups actually happens in the beginning. So there's simply no need to go all the way to the front. And I think physically it's also very difficult. Another very important tip: do not relax when you go down. This is what many people, especially beginners, do wrong very often. That means not only give your best at this point and then relax, all the time keep tension. Breathe out if you go up and breathe in when you go down. Once again, step number 1, the feet. Step number 2, the core. Step number 3, the hands. Step number 4, you go up. And step number 5, you keep the tension. Alright, the next variation is this so-called reverse crunch. Besides one thing you have to keep in mind, it's quite easy. Position your hands on the ground, squeeze your core into the ground, elevate your legs, and then you simply bring your knees towards your torso. And for the reverse crunch, it's crucial that you close this gap. That means you push your core into the ground. And the reverse crunch is obviously targeting predominantly your lower ab muscles. Another harder variation would be to bring your legs closed together. In my opinion, one of the best ways to do the crunch is to keep your legs in the air and do the forward crunch. That means, while you have your legs in this position, you do the simple crunch. To make it even tougher, you can combine the forward and reverse crunch. Last but not least, the oblique crunch, which basically targets your side muscles. Training these side muscles is actually really important, especially for many calisthenic skills, like for example the human flag. There are 3 amazing exercises which I use to train the side muscles. Exercise number 1 would be a simple side plank. To make it even more difficult, you can make side plank push-ups. Then there is the classical oblique crunch, where you are again in this standard position and then you move from side to side. And don't forget, it's not about bringing your arm simply there, it's really about targeting the side muscles. And the last exercise is kind of a stretch, where you lean to the side. I usually recommend sets of 3, but you have to determine your maximum first. For example, your maximum is 15 clean forward crunches. And with clean, I mean really clean. That means slowly going up and slowly doing the negatives. For each crunch, let's say around 3 seconds. Then in the first run, you go to your maximum, that means you do 15 crunches, in the second run you do 13, and in the third one you do 11. But you can also do it the other way around. You can start with 11, go to 13, and then 15. And all of this 3 times. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something new today. The crunch is really a great move, and the cool thing is, you can do it literally anywhere. Almost. Stay healthy and see you next time.